Hey y'all, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys know what time it is by reading the title. We're going to be talking about World Liberty Financial. Just again, I'm out of words at this point with the amount of positive feedback that I'm receiving on these videos. A lot of people showing a lot of love, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Continue supporting, and I got you guys covered on the daily updates. But we're starting off a brand new week, and I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And I'm sure, if you holding WLFI, I'm sure your screens were constantly on. You guys are just refreshing your page because the price has been all over the place over the course of the last 3 to 4 days. We're going to analyze together and see what's happening today and what we could be expecting as we are starting off a brand new week. So if you're looking across the board, an amazing day for the broader market, not just a few coins, because yesterday, pause the video and I want you guys to take a look at what was happening yesterday, because I know a lot of people will overlook that. And I will remind you, so yesterday, the broader market, as we're seeing a lot of double-digit gainers across the board, a lot of coins, nearing 10% gain over the course of the last 24 hours. But that was not the case yesterday for a lot of these coins. But WLFI coin was up 30%. Right now we're seeing a retracement, meaning, what does this show me? Now you guys might be asking, Crypto ZX, what does this show you? At the end of the day, I bring you guys my overall analysis. Everyone has their own ways of analyzing certain projects, and we got to respect it, right? It's not financial advice. And as you guys know, I'm bringing you guys unbiased updates. I own 0 WLFI coins. And that's the beauty, I give you guys just raw, honest updates, nothing overly hyped, just what I see right now. And as of now, what this is showing me is, yes, we're seeing a 13% pullback. But what is this meaning? As we're seeing the broader market and we're seeing a lag clearly for WLFI, you're seeing money scaling out. The profit that people did make, maybe people did swing trade this, the profit that they made is actually flowing into altcoins right now. And I know you guys might think, some of you are probably like, wait, why would they sell? Just because some of you are not willing to sell at these levels doesn't mean other people are going to be waiting for you guys. And that's something you need to understand. But let's take a closer look and see what is happening. But before we do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So WLFI coin right now is currently sitting at 21 cents, down 13.3% in USD, Bitcoin, and Ethereum comparative. So complete opposite of what was happening yesterday. But in a grand scheme of things, where we were about like 3 days back, we are still up quite a bit. The valuation 5.7 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume sitting exactly at $1 billion. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening. So as far as the dominance is concerned, you can see this for yourself. Kind of highlighted this in my previous update. I think I spoke about H-bar or Chronos, I'm not sure, but I highlighted in that update how we're seeing the dominance kind of pulling down from our September 5th high at 58.89%, which is a good sign right now. Even though we're seeing a little bit of an uptick, this downward trajectory is something we want to keep in mind. And of course, the bigger picture, how far we have come down in just the last 2 months. But with that said, Bitcoin is having a great start to the week. Bitcoin wicked up to 112,000, and you can see this for yourself. We know the 112,000. I've talked to you guys about this key level time in, time out, especially if you're a regular viewer on the channel. You guys know 112,000 was a major support for us, but now that is playing as a resistance, and you can see we got stopped right exactly at that. But so far, so good. We're just starting off Monday, and this upwards trend is still in play for Bitcoin, and hopefully what we want to see Bitcoin do is push up to the 112 and start heading up to the September. I'm still stuck in August. Apologies, guys. I really apologize. I don't know why I'm still stuck in August, but this September wick at 113,200. I think this would be a realistic thing to be looking out for in the next few hours to come if we're able to push above $112,000. And I would project the dominance to actually pull down rather than increase, unless of course the market thinks otherwise. But let's take a look at what's happening with WLFI coin right now. So we had a great day yesterday, right? Again, let's kind of run down what happened. So from September 4th, just 4 days back, you saw a major pullback of about 16 down to 16 cents, and this thing went up 53% to be exact. A 53% increase in a short span of time. We're talking about 3 days to be exact. Of course, there's going to be some people locking in profits. I know you guys might not want to hear that, and of course, market makers, you need to understand how the market makers work, and obviously the leverage trading platforms. That's something we want to keep in mind, because as the price was, making its way towards the upside, we need to remember now, we got to think from a psychological point of view as well. As you guys know, I'm totally against leverage trading platforms, and if you're new to the market, I would suggest you guys to stay away from leverage trading platform. If you want Wlfi, if you've done your due diligence research and have invested what you can afford to lose, and patience is your number one key to follow. Hold the coins rather than doing the whole shenanigans of leverage trading, derivatives, blah blah blah. Just stay away from that, guys, because these types of swings will wipe your positions out. And, I've been in this market for almost a decade. I've shared that with you guys quite some time. And trust me, I don't want you guys to be on that side. So let's look at it from a psychological point of view. So as we know, major liquidations occurred here because, of course, people started panicking, thinking, this coin is just going to tank, go to like zero pretty much. And that's where all the shorts started piling up. And boom, complete opposite. A short squeeze happened. And they came out and cleared why some of these wallets were blacklisted, and then the market kind of reacted in a positive way, and we saw major liquidations for none other than Wlfi yesterday, which was actually outpacing Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let that sink in. So when you see a 50% increase, and I want you guys to look at it from the way we tend to think. I'm sure some people might not think that. Some people might think complete opposite, and that's a good thing, right? If you are, that means you're not following the herd, and you're actually thinking strategically, and that comes with practice. Don't give yourself a hard time over that. But think about it. As the price started moving up, more and more people thought, let's start piling up longs, thinking that the price is just going to start continuing to go up, and we're going to see the price break out into some of the levels we haven't seen since the overall listing. But remember, market makers think opposite, and I do believe that is playing a role in this right now, believe it or not. I'm very confident in that. I think this is also a key part in that, as well as, of course, people locking in profits. Some people are happy with their 50% gain. Again, that's a nice chunk of gain in such a short span of time. So if people want to allocate those gains elsewhere, so be it. Kudos to them. But let's take a look at, the retracement itself. And remember, we're working with the data we have. We're not going to project anything else besides that. We're working with the data right now with currently that's available. So since yesterday's high, we saw a retracement down to 20 cents, and that was about an 18% pullback. But now I want you guys to focus on something very important. You see this line drawn right here for you guys? This was a resistance, right, that I was talking to you guys about. Again, very early to do technical analysis, but we on this channel said, hey, this is a resistance that most likely will play out, and it proved to be a resistance. And now guess what, guys? Guess what? You can't make this up. We saw the wick right exactly, almost. I would pretty much argue that this retested that support, and we saw a bounce. So let's say someone just bought around here. You saw this thing go up almost 6% instantly. But right now, we're not out of the woods yet. We potentially could still retest the 20 cents price point, but keep a very close eye on Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is pushing out. Even though we're seeing a little bit of a pullback, within Wlfi, yes, profit taking. Obviously, I think futures is also playing a huge role of this. But if Bitcoin is able to push to these key levels, I'm personally projecting we see a recovery, a bounce back up to the 23.4 cents to potentially even where we were yesterday. So this healthy correction, not bad after a 50% move towards the upside, like what I'm seeing, but you want to see the 20 cents price holding. This is very, very important for this coin right now. And again, there's a lot of people kind of all over the place with what they think about this. Again, at the end of the day, everyone has their own opinions to take a look at this. But obviously, remember, it's a governance run. So people that hold this coin can actually vote on what happens. And currently, it's proposed that if whichever money they earn off of the protocol itself, that money is going to be used to actually buy back. So what they're going to do is the Wlfi team is going to go in the market, buy this coin, and of course, if you buy the coin in market buy, most likely, unless we're in a complete bear market, it's going to react in a positive way. And then on top of that, when you burn it, meaning taking it out of the circulation supply just off of the bat completely, that is a good sign. Obviously, tokenomics are not the best, but we got to take it one step at a time right now. See what's going to happen. As of now, you guys understand the risks associated to it, of course, but as you guys know, my overall stance, I personally believe this is something that is going to be an interesting thing to watch. And again, this is coming from someone that holds none, and I'm not telling you guys to buy any, not financial advice. This is where you need to go do your own due diligence and research, and I'm sure the people that are already watching have done that. If you haven't, make sure you do that. Very important. Thank you for all your support, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and your bell icon is notified. And also let me know if you guys want other projects that you want me to cover. Feel free to let me know in the comments. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.